right then, y'all. All right then. All right then. Good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever you want to call it, man. We thank you for tuning in to our Wednesday night B.I.D.D. Wednesday night bid, which stands for Break It Down Discussion, where normal traditional ministries go over Bible study. We actually go over the lost books that are so-called lost books. The lost books are the Dead Sea Scrolls, some of those things that we call them are the original books of God because they were there, and if we look at it and you look closely at the Bible and see the teachings of it, the Bible mentions these books, tells us to read them. We see that some of the apostles were teaching from these books as well. Um, they were there. So, yeah, for whatever reason they didn't make it into the original, not the original, the Bible that we have today, for whatever reasons, but we go over them here at this ministry. So, but before we get into all of that, we start out with prayer. Usually about 7 o'clock, we start prayer. And then once prayer is over, we go into the bid where we discuss these. And tonight we're in the book of Sirach, chapter 13. And yeah, we've been finding out some very interesting things in this book. Practical ways for you to live your life. Um, Things that we may have seen in other books. And how do you do that? How is this going on? How does this relate to this? It's talking about them right now in this book. We've gotten a lot of information. So hopefully, you all have been getting things out of it. If you're following along with us for your first time, hopefully you enjoy what you get. And like I said, this is an open discussion. So right now, we're going to go into prayer. But when we do get into these books, we want people to discuss what we've read. Discuss. It helps us remember. It helps us apply it to our daily life. So, without further ado, if you could clear your minds, clear your hearts, we're going to go into prayer. And then after that, we'll get into our bid. Okay. Lord, we come to you this evening. First, giving you thanks for all the many things that you've done for us. Thank you for the many blessings that you bestow upon us every day, every morning that we wake up, every week. Every time you give us a chance to breathe another breath, you're blessing us some kind of way um, that we overlook. Sometimes what if we go to breathe in and our lungs don't work? But that's not happening. They work. What if we go to breathe in and our heart just has a murmur or something? But that's not happening. We're good to go. What if things just fail in our body, but it doesn't? There's so many things that our body depends on to work correctly, all in harmony. And those can only work in harmony because of you, how you made us, how you've blessed us, how you put us together, Father, with your brilliance and your excellency. Because if we had to put something together, some part is going to fail and the person would die. Just look at these robots we're trying to build now. Some short circuit somewhere, something somewhere, and it's over. And then they got to rebuild it. But we just can't rebuild a person. How you did everything is perfect and excellence, Father. And we thank you for it. These are some of the blessings I'm talking about we overlook every day and don't even think about, Father. But we give you thanks for them now. We ask that you forgive us of the sins that we commit knowingly, unknowingly. Continue to give us a chance to get things right with you, Father. Continue to offer us chances to come to you, to realize the truth, to look at ourselves and see things that we need to change. You've held up a standard. Many people say there's no guide to life, no way to get through it. We just have to live it out here. That's false. The Bible gives us a guide to life. It literally is a guide. Some of these other books that we go into, it is a guide. Like the one we're reading now, Sirach, it's literally guiding you on what to do in daily life, who to be around, who not to be around, who to talk to, who to avoid, what places to avoid. how we should think, who we should talk to, things of that nature. It's many guides out here. But if we don't want to follow them, Father, we will continue to go into sin. We will continue to dishonor your name. We will continue to have you look at us in shame and embarrassment, because ultimately we are images of you. Ultimately, we are representatives of you, Father. We should each take time to look at ourselves and see if we reflect on you in a righteous way. If we reflect on you in a good way. If we reflect on you in a way that would make you happy, would make you proud of us, would have you look and say, I'm glad that's my son. I'm glad that's my daughter. I'm glad I trusted them with this. I'm glad I blessed them with that. I'm glad they represent me. Look at how they represent me. Each of us should look at ourselves and see if that's the way the Lord thinks about us, or if the Lord is sitting there like, I probably never should have formed him. I made him, and why did they choose this? Why did they choose that? I tried to be nice to him. Now I have to curse him. I tried to do this, but now the bloodline is going to be cursed. I tried to do this, and they keep doing it. If the Lord is talking like that about us, we need to take this opportunity to get right with him now. But really look at yourself, self-reflect, and think about if you weren't you and you were somewhere in heaven looking at you right now with all the standards that the Bible has for us to live up to. Would you be happy about you, or would you be mad or sad about you? Reflect on this. If you be truthful and real with yourself, this could be a day that you change your life. This could be a day that you come to the Lord and get accepted in. This could be a day that you can look at as a day that, you know, I looked at myself and I wasn't happy with it. And I know the Lord wasn't happy with it because I wasn't happy with the product, and I can change. This could be a day that you actually let the Lord in, that you let the Holy Spirit start to guide you, correct you, put you on the right path, start to clean up the things that you haven't been able to clean up, start to put you on the path that you couldn't seem to stay on yourself. This could be the day that you start taking steps towards God. And as the Bible says, when you start taking steps towards God, he starts taking steps towards you. But if you just stand still and say, God, come to me, he's going to stand still and say, hey, no, you need to come to me. I'm God, not you. If you start to walk the opposite way of God, he walks the opposite way from you. What you give God is what he gives you. So today, do we choose to give him our all, or do we choose to just give him a small piece? Because when we give him our all, he gives his all for us. We see that in the Bible. It's illustrated. When people gave his all, miracles started to happen. People began to walk on water. Peter did that. Seas started to depart and split. Moses was able to do that. People were able to kill their giants. David was able to do that. People were able to go into a land of nothing but enemies, whether they were giants and multiples of people, and take it over and claim it as their own. Joshua did that. Caleb did that. When we give our all to the Lord, he gives his all to us. But when we begin to give God little pieces here and there, he continues to give you small daily blessings here and there. The hey, you still can move your fingers, right? You still have the ability of your limbs, right? Your heart's still beating. Well, hey, that's what you get. Be happy with those, because that's pretty much the type of stuff that you give me. He reflects what we offer him directly. With all that being said, Father, look inside us, examine us, and begin to point out the things that you find wrong, to point out the things that we can improve on. Now, some of us aren't going to like what you say. Some of us aren't going to like what you point out. But at the same time, help us to remember what you point out, what you say is wrong, what you say needs to change. These are all things. This is constructive criticism. Because if we change these things, if we do what you're asking us to do, we can inherit the kingdom of life, the kingdom of eternal life once we leave here. So you pointing out things are to help us, not to hurt us, not to hinder us, not to mock us, not to make us feel small, not to laugh at us. You're actually trying to help us become lifetime citizens in your kingdom. Become righteous, become holy. Help us to understand that. Help us to understand it's not for us to look at ourselves and get down and the Lord will never accept me. The Lord would never have me. The Lord would never do this, because those are thoughts of the enemy. The enemy wants you to think you'll never be good enough. You'll never have enough. You'll never be able to earn enough. No one will ever love you enough. The Lord will never love you enough. You made this mistake right here 15, 20 years ago, and you will never get back from it, because you have to think about it and see how it makes you feel now. Is how God still feels about it, even though you've asked for repentance, even though you tried to come to the Lord. You'll never be good enough. Those are all ploys of the enemy. But in your word daily, you help us become strong. You help our minds become fortified against the ways of the enemy, against the fiery darts that he spits at us every day, against his cunningness, his wiliness. We have to be fortified in you. We have to stand strong on the word. We have to uphold the word when we like it. We have to uphold it when we don't. We can't keep bending and breaking and compromising and think that you will bend and break and compromise because we do. Like you said, you are not a man. Your thoughts are not our thoughts. Your ways are not our ways. And you cannot lie. What man does very easily, might I add. If you said it, Father, you meant it. If you will stand on it, we should stand on it. We say we're Christians. We say we follow Christ. Christ stood on everything that you said, Father. Christ didn't compromise on anything that you said. He stood on it all. Whether he liked it, whether he didn't, whether it cost him to have a great life or great pain, he still stood on your word and your righteousness. And you're just asking that we do the same. You're not asking that we do something that you or your son could not do. You're asking we do the same. Give us the will to actually want to do the same. Give us the will to want to change ourselves. Give us the will to want to uphold you and serve you correctly and exalt you with the rightful honor that you deserve, Father. You're the maker of all the heavens. You're the maker of earth. Every blade of grass, every grain of sand, every grain of rice, every planet in the cosmos, every star. For the galaxies we see, the galaxies we don't see, the part of space we can't see, that you created all of that. There's no escaping you, Father. If we were to die and go to hell, hey, you made hell. You're there. Now, do you offer us your love there? No, we understand that. That's punishment. But to the depths of space that we can go high, the highest of the heights of space, you were there because you made that too. So your word gives us certain ways that we should honor you, certain ways that we should uplift you, certain ways that we should keep your commandments, certain feasts that we should do to honor you. And What we turn that into is something that's subjective. You don't have to do it. It don't take all of that. It says this, but this is a new time. This is a new period. Nothing is new. You said that in you, but nothing is new under the sun. We live in time. You do not. You saw the end from the beginning. You're at the end right now, and you're also at the beginning. And you're in between with us right now, but you're also in yesterday. You're also in the day before that. You're also into tomorrow and the next day. Hmm. What a mighty God you are. We love you, Father. We give you all the glory. We give you all the praise. We just ask that you be with us. Ask that you light our path. Ask that you continue to show us your love, your mercy, your grace. We ask that you continue to bless those that look to uphold your commandments, your laws, your statutes. We've read in some of these books that the people that do that, you said you've marked them with your mark. And that when the end comes, nothing will be withheld from them. And that you would bless them while they were on the earth, while they were working and doing what you've asked them to do, while they were representing you, Father. I ask that you continue to keep blessing us, continue to honor your word. You said the people that lived your commandments, you would lift on high. You said they would be above and not beneath. You said they would be lenders and not the borrowers. You said you would cause us to eat the good of the land. We ask you to honor your word, Father, because you are not a man that you would not lie. And if we have lived and are living in the rules according to what you asked us to do, honor your word to us, Father. Continue to give us the things that we seek you for. Continue to bless us with some things that we didn't even know you had for us, Father. We do like surprises. I know you know it. Hmm. And as we continue to show you all the gratitude in the ways that you saw fit, that you've asked us to do, I ask that you do the same to us. Continue to show us gratitude, Father, because we do it because we love you. We don't do it for all the other things. We do it because of who you are, what you are, and how holy and righteous you are. We just get some of the blessings for honoring you for who you are. Those are just some of the perks of loving you, Father. And we thank you for those perks. So today, if someone is feeling lost, if someone is feeling alone, if someone is feeling no one can hear them, if someone is feeling like I'm backed in the corner and the only way out is to take myself out, Father, I ask that you show yourself to those people today. Pour your love upon them and then guide them to a ministry that can show them the correct love, that can show them the correct you. Because the fluffed up God that people talk about in church today is not you. Like we need to see the good and we need to see the bad because they're both you. But also in that good and in that bad, let them see that you are a forgiving Father. You are a graceful and merciful Father. And that you can show them the love and the attention that they need to have. They may not have gotten it from their father or their mother. They may not have gotten it from their grandmother or their grandfather or their friend or their spouse or the boyfriend or girlfriend they're looking to get it from. It may just be able to come from you, Father. But then once you penetrate their hearts, once you penetrate their spirits, and you start to work on them and lead them somewhere with like-minded people, and they can see that there's other like-minded people that can love on them the same way that they've been looking for, and that they aren't all alone, that they aren't destined to be by themselves, that they don't have to take themselves out of here, that they can have happiness and love here. Hmm. Show them that, Father. Lead them correctly. And in all of these things, while we on this bid, give us understanding, give us guidance, help us to remember these things, because these are the things that will help us live righteously for you, Father. We saw in the book of Tobit, Raphael said, if you do these things, you will go to heaven. The Holy Father is looking. And like he said, he sent me here, not of my own accord. He sent me here because he loves you. And he wanted to do some things for you. He desired for you to be healed. He desired for you to be better than what you were and not to remain how you were in that certain state of pain, in that certain state of woe is me and misery. He didn't want that for you, so he sent me. Let some of us see that and understand that in some of these books that we're reading. He's given us these ways to live because he doesn't want us to live in misery. He doesn't want us to live in pain and anguish. He wants us to live in peace. He wants us to live in prosperity. He wants us to live in love. So in all of these things, I pray through the power of the Holy Ghost in your Son, Yeshua the Christ's holy name. Amen and amen. All right. All right. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I got to get it together. Hopefully that prayer touched whoever it was meant to touch. Hopefully it was, you know, jarred some things and made you think. And for some people, if you were going through something, man, hopefully you understand that Christ, Yeshua, and Yahweh are the way to go. You can be healed from whatever you're going through. Only thing he asks in return is that you start to live for him, live for his commandments, and he'll make sure some things happen for you. So once again, for those that are just now getting here that may have missed prayer, this is our Wednesday night bid, break it down discussion, where we're discussing the lost books or the other books or original books of God. We are in the book of Sirach and we're starting at chapter 13 tonight. So we're going to go ahead and get into that. And yeah, this is where we left off. Hold on, I pulled it up. Like y'all can see it. Y'all can't see it yet. I gotta share it. So let me share it. Hold on. All right. Y'all should be able to see it now, correct? All right. Hopefully you can. And I'm about to read. Oh, somebody put yes. All right. I'm about to read chapter 13. Let's see what we get. It says, he who touches pitch will be defiled. Oh, touches pitch. Wife, I know you watching. What is pitch? I have an idea what I think it is in my head. I've read it before. I've seen it before. But yeah, I'm uh I'm trying to make sure it's what I think it is before I expound on that. So, wife, if you can look that up real quick and put it in the in the chat what pitch is. But it says, he who touches pitch will be defiled. He who has fellowship with a proud man will become like him. So you're gonna be a proud person if you're hanging around all kind of proud people. That means it's good to be proud of who you are, proud of certain stuff, but when you start getting led by pride, that's not good. So, verse 2, do not take up a burden above your strength. I think it said that in the last chapter too. This pretty much is saying kind of don't live beyond your means or don't do too much. Don't heap too much on your plate. If you're living beyond your means, that means you taking up a burden above your strength. So instead of looking like you blessed, you're gonna start looking like you broke. You're gonna start looking like you don't have anything because you're taking up something that's above your strength. If you put too much on your plate and you can't handle it all, that's you added burdens too much. Don't do that. Have no fellowship with one who is mightier and richer than yourself. What fellowship with the earthen pot have with the kettle? The kettle will strike and the pot will be dashed into pieces. So this pretty much makes sense. And it also is making me think of some stuff I hear people say. Like when it says, have no fellowship with one who is mightier and richer than yourself. What fellowship would the earthen pot have with the kettle, right? A bunch of us should be like, hey, if I'm the richest person in the room, this is the wrong room for me to be in. I need to be in a different room with people that got money. I need to be in a different room than old folks that can help me do this. This is literally saying, don't do that. So now it's kind of we're going contrary to what people say. The Lord is saying, don't do it, which made sense. Like he's if they're richer than you, right? When it says, what fellowship would the earthen pot have with a kettle? The kettle will strike and the pot will be dashed into pieces. So, all right, you hanging around certain people, you're trying to be like them, you're trying to get money, you're trying to have this, right? So I'm trying to be their friend, I'm trying to get good, I'm trying to be like you. Cool. At any given point, you can be made an example of. Like we see this in some places. Like let's say you go somewhere and you're in here with a whole bunch of rich people. Like let's say they have one of those get-togethers they have, the little engagements, the little parties, that they be having, and you're there, and you're in here with a whole bunch of these dudes are worth 100 million and up, and you just all I got is a million or two, but I'm trying to be like them. If it's a bunch of them and they just happen to be like a couple of a-holes, I'm gonna say it like that. If they're a couple of a-holes and you are there trying to kind of be like them, one of them might start kind of, well, I don't even know why you in here. Like all of us are 100 millionaires. You just got like a million or two. That's all you got. And then the other ones might start laughing and they might start joking at you. You become the butt of the joke. Now you just got to sit there and take it. And then what if one of them tries to make you an example? Like let's say you do something one of them doesn't like. And now they do some things to make you an example. This is what happens to people we don't like. You lose your 2 million fortune, you lose this, you lose that. See, the 2 million to you is a lot. To normal people like us, oh man. But to a person that got 50 million or 100 million or a billion, that ain't nothing. You still lowly to them, right? So this is what it's talking about. What fellowship do you have with them if they're mightier or richer than you? That's just like if I'm going and hang around a whole bunch of politicians, and then I say something that they don't like. Next thing you know, it could be some type of raid over here. The IRS all of a sudden want to start going through auditing my files. My job may have just let me go out of the blue, and I go try to apply at McDonald's somewhere, and then for some reason I can't even get that job. Oh, they making an example out of me. That's what it's saying right here. What fellowship would the earthen pot have with the kettle? The kettle will strike, and the pot will be dashed in pieces. It's saying you the pot. The rich man does a wrong and threatens. The poor is wrong and apologizes. This is sad. This is kind of like if we look at our government today, kind of where it is. Let's think, Trump. We can go on and see it. Don't matter. Folks get mad at me. It is what it is. He's done this. He's rich. Look at what like our government does. Like Trump threatens a whole bunch of countries, says all kind of stuff, right? He'll do wrong to people. And on top of the wrong, threaten to do more wrong. Threaten to do this. We've seen rich people do that throughout history. So this ain't Trump. This ain't the right or the left, any of that. We've seen rich people do this throughout history. They will do wrong and threaten to do more wrong, or threaten you if you tell on them, threaten you with like all kind of stuff. They will threaten you. But then it says, but when the poor get wronged, it's the poor people that got to apologize for you doing wrong to them. Like, that is kind of wild. Like if you was to see a rich person beat up a poor person, and the rich person, you made me do this, man. What were you thinking? And the poor, oh man, I apologize, man. I apologize. And he the one that just got beat up. May have been in the right the whole time. That's wild. When you look at let's say when this applied to everyday life, when you look at people that work, right? They have a job. They could be doing their job very well. Say one wrong thing or say something that's right to the person that owns it or the store manager. Say something that's right. The store manager did wrong, but can threaten the employee. I'm gonna cut your hours if you do that. I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut that. For telling the truth, and you the person that was right, but you gotta apologize. Where is this right? This is terrible. Verse 4. If you are profitable, he will make merchandise of you. If you are in lack, he will forsake you. It's talking about the rich people or the other people that have position. As long as you making them money, they're gonna keep you around. They're gonna make merchandise of you. That means they're gonna use you to keep making the money. But right when you start to lack, they're gonna get rid of you. If you own something, he will live with you. Some of them will come live with you. As long as you own some nice stuff, yeah, we come live together. But then it tells you he will drain you bare and will not be sorry. So while he living with you, he gonna be draining everything from you. Does he need you? Then he will deceive you, smile at you, and give you hope. He will speak kindly to you and say, what do you need? He will shame you by his meats. Oh, man. Oh, this boy here, this is HAN territory right here. HAN territory. Hold on. Following a person greater than you, you don't know their wickedness and putting your future in their hands. Yeah. Hey, look, we got microphones. You know, y'all can use them, right? Y'all can use these microphones. Just saying. Just, just putting it out there. But man, that's wild. They will drain you, take everything from you, and won't be sorry that you lose everything. They must say he will deceive you, smile at you, give you hope, make you think you do. He got something gonna help give you hope. Then speak kindly to you and say, what do you need? Like they're here for you. Man, what you need, man? I got you, man. I can help. What you need? Then he will shame you by his meats until he has made you bear twice or three times. And in the end, he will laugh you to scorn. So look, they gonna keep, like we say in jail, you used to say a while ago, you putting that key in your back, they winding you up to make you do some stuff. So he gonna keep winding you up, giving you hope. What you need, man, I got you. See, I'm gonna help you do this. And you going all out trying to get stuff done, going broke. And he ain't really helping. He just watching you. Why he taking from you? And like I said, he will make you broke twice or three times. It don't matter how many times he make you completely broke. And in the end, he will laugh you to scorn. He gonna laugh at you. Afterward, he will see you will forsake you and shake his head at you. Look, he lived with you and stole, did all kind of, he gonna look, man, this boy here, and just walk off after he did it to you. Yeah. See, this here make, that make you want to stab somebody. Stuff going on like this. Then he laugh at you when you broke. Then act like he don't even know you. Beware that you are not deceived and brought low in your mirth. If a mighty man invites you, be reserved, and he will invite you. Oh, I'm sorry. If a mighty man invites you, be reserved, and he will invite you more. Do not press him, lest you be thrust back. Oh, one of y'all unmuted yourself?
I was gonna say something real quick that gives the perfect example of everything that you just said. Think way back. Remember that movie Trading Places with Eddie Murphy? They gambled that man's life for $1.
Yep. Yep. That's one of my favorite movies ever. So you said remember that. I remember almost every part of that movie. Yes. Yes, they did. And was laughing behind the scenes. And then once they saw they bought the man the ruin, well, they laughed at it. That we took his job, we took his fiance, we had him like this, we had him like that. He was broke, begging, had to go live with a prostitute, all kind of stuff, right? And then at the end, so you gonna hire him back? Nope, I don't want him no more after this. So just leave him broke. We don't really care. Just for $1. They didn't care. Stuff like this. They'll make you an example. They'll do stuff to you, man. But now we get here. I'm gonna read 9 again. If a mighty man invites you, be reserved, and he will invite you more. So that means if you get around people that got power, don't be doing like a bunch of us do. We be doing the most. Getting around them, trying to do a whole lot of talking, laughing, smiling, shaking, laughing at stuff that ain't even funny, not being yourself, trying to get attention from the people. Don't do all of that. When you be around powerful people, just play it cool. And they'll start inviting you to more stuff. Then it says, do not press him lest you be thrust back. Don't be pressing them. Hey man, so the next time you do something, you know, can I get an invite? Can I do it? After a while, they're gonna start kind of, nah, bro, you good. It's only invite on. They're gonna start doing some stuff. Don't be pressing on these people. Then it says, but do not stand far off, lest you be forgotten. But don't be too far. Don't try to play it too cool. Then people might not remember you at all. But don't be all up on them. Don't be doing no weird stuff. And don't be pressing them to come to all this other type of stuff. Do not try to speak with him as an equal. And that's what some people do. Don't try to speak with them as an equal. And do not believe his many words, because they're going to say a whole lot of stuff. For he will test you with much talk, and he will examine you in a smiling manner. Oh, man, I knew it was going to go here. See, look, these powerful people, rich people, the people with power, they say what they're going to do. Don't come to them like you equal. You ain't got the same power as me. You don't. When you do that, it's probably going to rub them the wrong way, and they're going to let you know we ain't equal. But it's also saying while you there, if you listening to them talk, they're going to be saying a whole lot of words. That means they're going to be talking a whole lot. But in his talking, he's testing you. He ain't just talking to talk. He watching what you respond to when he says certain stuff, how you respond to it. And they breaking it down. He's going into hunter, pretty much he's going into hunter mode in you to pray. So now he reading between the lines. If I said this and this person responded like this to this, no, they ain't going for the okie doke. Oh, okay, but I said this, they lit up, kind of start talking about this. And if they lit up with this and they doing this, that means this. They coming to all this kind of stuff. Why they having a conversation with you? Looking, right? And it said, but the whole time he's testing you. He's trying to see where you weak, where he can get over on you. What type of person are you? Can he use you to make money off? Are you good for something? Or are you somebody just gonna throw it away side anyway? I'm wasting time with you. They're doing all of this, right? And you ain't even thinking about it. He who does not keep secrets to himself is unmerciful. He will not hesitate to harm and to bind. So look, if you're a person that can't keep secrets, when people come to you, hey man, it's just between me and you, and it's something that's like real heavy. What it's saying is once you get around these people right here like this, these mighty people, they're gonna be trying to get secrets and stuff up out of you. And also, they ain't gonna hesitate to harm you with them too, or to harm you with all the secrets you told them. So this is like you done something, not other people's secrets. It might be other people's secrets too, but it's kind of you keeping secret. Yeah, I did that. I did that. They're gonna use that against you later. Keep them to yourself and be careful, for you walk in danger of falling. Hmm. Every living creature loves its own kind, and every man loves his neighbor. All flesh associates with their own kind. A man will stick to people like himself. See, listen to what it's talking about. All living creatures, it's animals, insects, people, whatever. They stick to people that's like them. I find comfort in people that's like me. And what it's saying is these people stick with people that are like them. Oh, go ahead, Steph. I see you.
I know. I say it's gonna remind me of that phrase: "Birds of a feather flock together."
Yes, yes. So he's telling you right here, these rich people that's uppity and they do all of this stuff. If the people you trying to talk to is hanging around them, they hanging around them for a reason. They all the same. It's in our mind, some of us be like, yeah, he not like the other ones, or he a little bit different. Then how are they his friends? That mean he like them. Then it tells you 17, what fellowship would the wolf have with the lamb? He the wolf, you the lamb. Like, y'all gonna talk and get along together? What do wolves do to lambs? They eat them. They feed on them. Do all kind of stuff. Use them. So you trying to come around them like you one of them? You're not. You're the person that they finna feed on. You putting yourself in a position to get ate up. It says, so is, look, what fellowship with the wolf have with the lamb? So is the sinner to the godly. So now it's telling you, godly people really like shouldn't have no fellowship with the sinner. So the sinner to godly, yeah, like just don't do that. But it's also saying for godly people trying to hang around these type of people, they don't really have no fellowship with you. They finna use you. What peace is there between a hyena and a dog? What peace is there between the rich man and the poor? Wild donkeys are the prey of lions in the wilderness. Likewise, poor men are the feeding grounds for the rich. Think about how many poor people we got here in America. It's a lot, right? Think about how many rich people we got and how, for some reason, we can, but we don't. How the laws, they don't change the laws to be more merciful to poor people. They take more from them, do more stuff from them, put them through more stuff, have them set up in places where they can't get out. Think about like this. Let's think about this. Like, let's say I'm from Sunnyside or somewhere like, no, we can just say A-Leaf. I am from A-Leaf. We A-Leaf, right? Now you go over there. You got all kind of check cashing places everywhere. You can go cash your check. They're gonna take a certain percent. So they taking money from you just to cash your money, right? Just to give you money, we're going to take some of your money. When you go to get, like, they got payday loans and stuff like that. So we're going to raise your rent up. We know you can't really afford it. You're going to try to get the loan. But now you go to get a loan, this is predatory loan. So, yeah, I may borrow $1,000, but somehow I got to pay $3,500 back. This is like 200%, 250% of what I had, something like that, right? Okay, so we got that going on. The groceries you got here are worse, but we're going to charge you the same prices for that some people charge for better groceries. So I'm getting taxed just to cash my money. The bank that I go to, that's over here somewhere, may charge me more fees. So I'm getting taxed if I got fees from the bank. I'm getting taxed if I go to cash my check. I'm getting predatory loans where they're doing all kind of stuff to me, right? I'm paying high interest on this. I'm paying high interest on that. So they're taking money from me, bleeding me dry everywhere, right? But now let's take the rich person. They don't have no predatory loans. They don't get charge money just to cash their check. When they go somewhere, their groceries are a certain price and it's of certain quality. You see what I'm saying? It's like they're not dealing with some of the same stuff a poor person is dealing with. But we're sitting there, a poor person getting taxed left and right. That same rich person is not. You look at where a lot of policemen are. I found that out when I moved. A lot of policemen. They're off over there, right? And what are they doing? I already can't afford a sticker to go on my window, a registration sticker, right? So what do they have police doing? They set up the little traps under the freeway. There's gonna be a lot of people under here with no registration stickers. So now they give you a ticket. You got to go to the courthouse and pay $200, which for a sticker, or you go to jail, right? Do they set those same traps up where rich people are? No. So now, once again, we're preying on the poor people. They already can't afford it. And we finna take from the little they have. But I can go to another part of town and don't have none of those problems at all. They're still feeding on you, what you said right here. The rich men feed on the poor. Number 20. Lowliness is an abomination to the proud man. The proud man ain't finna be broke, ain't finna be poor, huh? This says, yeah. Likewise, a poor man is an abomination to the rich. The rich people looking at you like you the abomination. When a rich man is shaken, he is supported by his friends. But when one of the low degree is down, he is pushed away even by his friends. I was telling you that's a difference. These rich dudes, something happened to them, some kind of knock them off track, something bad happened. It's talking about their friends support them. That's how they stay rich. That's how they stay up. But it's talking about when broke people, something happened to them, people just stop messing with you. Your friends don't mess with you no more. People don't come around no more. They leave you alone. 22. When a rich man falls, there are many helpers. He speaks things not to be spoken, and men justify him. A man of low degree falls, and men rebuke him. He utters wisdom and is not listened to. So it's telling you a rich man could fall. People start helping him out. He speaks things that are not to be spoken. That means he knows secrets on these other rich people. Look at that. I start laughing because that's how a lot of rich people do stuff today. We got secrets on you. So if I'm falling, hey man, y'all need to help me stay. Help me get my money back. Help me with this. Or I'm gonna start telling you was over here with such and such. You did this. You made this shady deal. So it's talking about, so they, all right, they justify him and they bring him back to where he rich. A low man falls or a broke man falls, and people start rebuking him. Because he broke, they rebuke him. They say he could be uttering wisdom, and they ain't gonna listen to him. A rich man speaks, and everybody keeps silent. They extol what he says to the clouds. So when rich people talk, everybody listen to what the rich people saying. A poor man speaks, and they say, "Who is this?" Look at it. Well, who is this? Who is this person? I want to say something else. That's how I talk. Who is this? And then when they saying, "Who is this?" they waiting on the poor person to mess up. Because it says if he stumbles, they will help to overthrow him. So a rich person can say all kind of stuff, be messing up, and people gonna support him and try to keep him rich. Poor man saying some real stuff, some real stuff. People, who is this? Who is this person? Nobody know him. He ain't got no money. He ain't got this. He ain't got that. Ain't nobody listening to him. And then right when he make one mistake, everybody say, "I knew it." Get rid of him. But the rich man can be doing the exact same thing, and you're gonna help keep him rich. Riches are good if they have no sin. Poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. Huh. The heart of a man changes his countenance, whether it is for good or for evil. A cheerful countenance is a sign of a prosperous heart. Devising proverbs takes strenuous thinking. Oh, so that means coming up with good things to say, like smart sayings, coming up with good wisdom when you talk. Those are devising proverbs. It takes strenuous thinking. You really got to think about stuff to be able to come up with stuff like this. And it says a cheerful countenance is a sign of a prosperous heart. When you look glad, it's because your heart is glad. Huh? All right. Usually people can tell when you trying to fake it. But that's the end of chapter 13. What comments are there? What say thee?
You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
I say, I see why they took this out of the Bible. I see why they took this out of the Bible. This
Mm-hmm.
right here is a lot of practical wisdom that could have changed the course of history for a lot of rich people and poor people. But at the same time, it makes sense because even when rich people have bad kids, they trying to cover up what their kids do and
Mm-hmm.
keep their statue. Like they still got it together when really they crumbling.
Yeah, 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 man. Yeah, like I say, this book giving you a lot of wisdom on how people living, what to avoid, what to look for, who you should be around, who you shouldn't be around. It's all kind of stuff, man. But that's it. Those are the comments. Oh,
I was also gonna say it's real practical for a lot of the parts that he was saying about the rich man and the poor man. Well, the man of power and the man that doesn't, because like you see a lot of people that try to gravitate towards popular people and things like that because they see they got that popularity or whatever the case may be, and they put themselves in critical positions because now you putting yourself in a position to be taken advantage of. And when you was reading at the beginning of the chapter, it made me think about when you read in the previous chapter where God says it takes nothing for me to make a poor man rich.
right.
And the idea that a person that could be doing better than somebody else could try to take their own fortune in their hand versus allowing God to give you what you need when you need it because you might not be ready for certain positions. And you could be damning yourself by trying to expedite a process in which God says, I got control of it. If you're going to trust in me, wait. But if you're going to move foolishly, you're going to move in a way of being naive, and that could destroy you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I say, it's a lot to take from this, man. You hitting it right on with some of this stuff. There's a lot to take in with this. The Lord saying a whole lot for a reason. But that's it. Nothing else from nobody. Folks at home.
What did you take from it?
I was saying stuff that I took from it, but I'm looking at this whole thing like they knew back then. Folks gonna be trying to hang around rich people. Y'all gonna be hanging on whatever the rich people say. And I want to be like them, and I want to do this. And these people looking at you like you ain't my equal. They gonna be preying on you, doing stuff to you the whole time. You fall off, they ain't gonna care. They don't. But this one part, I'm like, this, if a rich person say it, y'all gonna hang on it. Y'all want to listen to that. But if a poor person say it, people, who is this? I saw that a while ago. And I see that during podcasts. And that's what kind of get me. I'm like, when rich people be saying certain stuff, they say all kind of stuff, and you kind of like, that's dumb, or that ain't right, or what would you? And people, they just listen because this person got money. They got this, they got that, they got this many followers, they got this, they worth this many millions, they worth this, they worth, so they got to be saying, you just go with it. I'm like, that's dumb. But then it could be a person saying some real stuff. And then you can start reading the comments, and that's the first thing people are gonna say. Who is this? Don't nobody know what this is. They ain't got no money. With dudes, they ain't got no pros. I'm gonna say it like that. Oh no, I can't say it the other way. This is we on the bid. Yeah, they ain't got no hoes. I ain't listening to them. They ain't got this. I ain't listening to them. He ain't driving this. He ain't got this many followers. They ain't got this. I ain't listening to them. Oh, so what they saying not right because they ain't got a lot of followers. That's usually why they ain't got a lot of followers because they saying some stuff that's right. I'm like, it's backwards how we do stuff. And that's what it's telling you right now. It's playing into the hands of the rich. Oh, Miss Steph.
Just based off of what you said, look how many podcasts out there that are actually destroying marriages
It's a lot of
based off of that.
it's a lot of
And they ain't got no power to say the state or of anything, and they moving very reckless, and they expect you to believe them based off of how they present themselves as if they got it and they don't.
a bunch of them didn't have it. That's why when you look at a bunch of these podcasts, I hate to say this. I hate to say this. I hate to say this. A bunch of these podcasts, when you start looking at them, it be women that listen to them a whole lot. And it be women that go off of like that one you just said with the marriage. Women, that's right up like a woman alley, right? Something about marriage. But you listening to this person, he's seemingly married, he's seemingly he telling you for you to stay married, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, he's saying all kind of stuff. When you look at those followers, it's mostly women. And these dudes be saying all this stuff, and then behind the scenes, they going through a divorce right now. Or some people they got a marriage podcast and ain't none of them married. You got like, what? None of this makes sense. But they got a lot of followers. They got a lot of likes. They got money. They got this. So people listen to them. See, I know who that is. But why am I listening to a person that's talking about marriage that ain't married? You see what I'm saying? How you gonna tell me how to be married and you ain't married? Now you can talk about single stuff. You can sit here and say, well, I'm going through this. I hope marriage happens out of this. I've been reading about, you can do that. You can talk about single stuff, but you can't tell me about being married and you ain't married. You can't tell me about being married and you going through a divorce. Well, you sitting here, this is what you got to do to keep your marriage together. Well, you ain't keeping your marriage together. And it be some of this stuff be popping up down the line. And then like you be done listening to this person for 3 years. And then they find out they going through a divorce. So they gave you advice and it didn't even work for them. They had the podcast, right? So now what you gonna do? Unsubscribe? Some people still be subscribing and they sympathizing with the person. Yeah, things just happen sometime. This here and that there, and they still get on the Patreon, man. Subscribe. This stuff gonna cost you $5 a month. They still gonna get money from you. Five, whatever they charging, they still getting that money from you. But obviously that advice ain't good. You got people trying to tell you this. I became a millionaire in 2 weeks. Is that right? And you can too. So you subscribe to my podcast on Patreon. I'm gonna tell you how. This how they finna become a millionaire by telling you to subscribe to the Patreon. Right? This is how they finna become one by you doing this, and then they gonna tell you some stuff. It's like Yeah, it's kind of wild. When I be looking at these podcasts and some of the stuff people be saying, that's where I be seeing a whole lot of stuff with this. But just getting around rich people and uppity people, I done been around a bunch of them, and they talk a certain kind of way, they look a certain kind of way at people, and just be quiet and listen. And you're gonna really start finding out what people think about you or people like you. So this chapter it says a lot of stuff that I've experienced firsthand. But yes, Miss Steph, you
Oh
want
yeah, I
this.
was just gonna say that it reminds me of a lot of people at my job because
Mm-hmm.
I'm an observer. So when we're like in meetings or in a setting where people where leadership is like talking, and then I can pick up and I can sense when when people are in the audience are asking questions just to be seen or heard versus actually wanting information.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're looking for a title change. They're looking to work themselves up, promote themselves or whatever. Like get on people's good sides. I call them brown nosers or
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
you selling yourself basically for a position for a title. And usually, and then as far as like I mean, and honestly, and a lot of the I guess positions that I've been in, I've seen a lot of people at the top fall. And
Mm-hmm.
God will always, He has a way to always humble you because a lot of people operate in vanity. And even in some circumstances and instances that we don't even realize that we may be operating in vanity, in pride and thinking that we're puffed up and better than somebody else. I've seen a lot of people like, oh my gosh, I can't believe, that person got exposed for XYZ or whatever, whatever, and they fall from the positions that they were in.
Mm-hmm.
And then usually when y'all was talking about the podcast stuff, I was about the women following people on the podcast. I was thinking usually people gravitate towards podcasts um that feed their justifications of why they do what they are doing,
Right.
period. And I've seen that. I've heard that before in some of the conversations I've had with some of the people at work. They listen to certain news stations or politicians or people because they serve their interests. And so it's not convicting them, it's just feeding the fuel of why they feel justified in the life that they live.
Mm-hmm.
I just boil it down to vanity and pride.
Vanity and pride does a whole lot, man. I say this chapter lets you know a bunch of that, and it's kind of crazy. He, I'm like, it seemed like this chapter, the last chapter, and the chapter before it seemed like the HAN section. Uh, I don't know if y'all know. I know Walt, Jesse, and Corey know what HAN means. I'm a yeah, we can't say what that is all here, but yeah, look, Stephanie though. Stephanie though, she typed it in on the thing. Don't say that out. Yeah, I ain't saying it out loud. You already know. So yeah. Some people they may
You know
have.
who I live with.
Yeah. So yeah, that's right. That's your husband. You already know, man. That's what I'm saying. They know. Look, Walt put a course. He gonna type a course in the thing to the white. I'm like, this seemed like this is a whole section, dedicated to this. I thought, oh, so I'm looking here now, boys is on. They on the YouTubes. I'm adding the S. The YouTubes going off. Hold on. I thought of the secrets of those in Hollywood. They put them in compromising positions and goals that, well, I just guess that's supposed to be used and use that against them. Yep. Or they put hold and hold that against them. They do. Birds of a feather flocking together. It makes them feel better about their choice and themselves. Yep. Of course. Choices. Messed up people. Yeah, I'm trying. Hey, man, it is what it is. So now with all of that, let us move on to chapter 14. And let's see if it gets better or if it's still highlighting these people. These people, man. We're going to see. And it says, blessed is the man who has not slipped with his mouth and does not suffer from sorrow from sins. So that means blessed is the person that ain't let his mouth write some checks that his butt couldn't cash out. Blessed is that person. Yeah. Blessed is he whose soul does not condemn him. Oh, man, that's bad. If your soul condemn you, that is terrible for you. Blessed is him whose soul does not condemn him and who has not given up hope. Riches are not appropriate for a stingy person. Hold on, man. Let's get it real. Riches, you stingy? You ain't supposed to have riches. Riches ain't appropriate for you. Man, what would an envious man do with money? He who gathers by denying himself gathers for others. Others will reveal in his goods. If one is mean to himself, to whom will he be good? He will not enjoy his possessions. Oh, see, look. So what this is saying is starting at 3. Riches are not appropriate for a stingy person, right? And it's saying one who gathers by denying himself gathers for others. So this is where it's telling you the balance. Remember earlier in some of the chapters, it was saying somebody, if you keep on spending your money, you don't save, you don't do this, you're not going to have a good life. You're always going to be broke and you ain't never going to have nothing, right? So this one is telling you is a person that gathers by denying itself. Remember in the old one, it tells you you're going to have to save. And how you save is denying yourself sometimes. You're going to have to, hey, I can't spend this money on this right now. I got to deny myself for this. I can't go on these 3 cruises a year or flying overseas. You know, I'm going to hit up Mexico over here. I can't do that. I got to deny myself all some of this stuff so I can save, right? But now it's talking about a person that always saves. They don't ever do anything fun. So they've been denying themselves their whole life. Like they don't buy nothing with their money. They don't go anywhere. They don't do nothing. All they do is just save, 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 save their whole life, right? That's when you get to 4. Because riches are not appropriate for a stingy person. What would an envious man do with money? So you envy everybody, but you won't buy it because you're stingy, right? But you want what they want. So it says, he who gathers by denying himself gathers for others. You're going to save your whole life and it ain't going to go to you. It's going to go to somebody else. And it says, others will reveal in his goods. I mean, others are going to be happy and revel in what you died and left. And if you don't leave it to nobody, it's going to die and go back to the state. And then they going to start using it. So either way, it's going to go to somebody else. Then it says, if one is mean to himself, to whom will he be good? So listen to the wording. That means the Lord is saying you being mean to yourself if you just save your whole life and don't ever do nothing for you. Don't ever buy nothing for yourself. Don't ever do anything for yourself. Like you don't ever go get your hair and nails done. You don't ever take no trips. You don't ever go buy like, hey, I know that dress is expensive, but you know, this one time, let me get, you don't ever do nothing, ever, ever. It's saying you be mean to yourself. So if you'll be mean to yourself, who you'll be good to? Then it tell you he will not enjoy his possessions. You ain't gonna enjoy none of the stuff here. You don't even have none. You ain't buying nothing. There is none more evil than he who is stingy with himself. This is a punishment for his wickedness. Oh my goodness. So that means the Lord say you evil if you don't even treat yourself good. If you don't ever treat yourself, the Lord saying you evil. There is none more evil than he who is stingy with himself. Ooh-wee. This is his punishment for his wickedness. Even if he does good, he does it in forgetfulness. In the end, he reveals his wickedness. A miser is evil. He turns away and disregards souls. Hold on. I'm gonna stop right there. Any thoughts on that? You put, oh wow. So cheap people, exactly. Cheap people. This is talking about cheap folks. My goodness.
I was
What?
thinking about the Bible verse that talks about when Jesus was saying even evil people give good gifts to their children. So how much more
Mm-hmm.
would your father give to you? So if you that selfish to not even get to not even want for yourself, let alone somebody else, is to me, that's even beyond like an evil person wanting to treat their own child or their own, they person or something.
Right. But the Lord, but this listen to what the Lord is saying. Remember, he talking about if you his, you live in his laws, his statutes, his commandments, he want you to be prosperous. He want you to have the best stuff. He want you to have this. So if the Lord been good to you for you to work and you
Why
to
would
have
you deny
money, and you to
yourself?
have this, and you just keep saving it, you won't spend money, you don't like doing nothing, you won't go buy the best clothes, you won't get the best shoes, you're getting all no name brand stuff, you're getting
You
all
don't appreciate
secondhand
the
quality.
blessing.
So now the Lord is like, so you pretty much denying me. I sat there and
Right.
said, I want you to have the best. That's
It's
why I
like
give you the
starving
best you do.
yourself. I
Yeah,
done gave you the fruit of the land and then you don't even want to eat it.
pretty much that. You just gonna keep being cheap, huh? Just keep being all right. Now that's crazy. The Lord say ain't nobody
You
more
just
evil than you.
hoarding at this point.
Yeah. Nobody nobody more evil
I
than you.
mean,
Like,
like, what are
yeah.
you doing with it? Nothing. You just storing it up for what?
And
Nothing.
that's what he said. You're not even ever gonna get to enjoy it. You're gonna die and it's gonna be somebody else enjoy the stuff that you had. I told you you should have this, not them.
And it may be somebody that doesn't even deserve to have it.
Exactly. And she put Sheen and Timu. Oh, Sheen and Timu. Yeah. That's the man with one talent. Exactly. He buried it. Walt Lamford disrespected me. That's how the Lord feel. Hey, man, you better go do some stuff with this money. I better not be coming around and you sitting here looking broke and huddled and then talking about you represent the Lord. No, you
I
don't.
I will say this. I have an uncle who is just like this. He is super, super cheap. When he lived with us a long time ago when I was a child and I still live with my parents.
Mhm.
Um, he came over from Mexico, obviously, and he wouldn't even buy a deodorant because he wanted to save money.
Yeah.
I'm serious. My dad bought him everything. It was insane. Eventually my dad and my uncle got into it and my dad kicked him out. So he was forced to like he ended up finding like an apartment that rents rooms and he would
Mhm.
rent it by the night so he could spend the least money possible. But now he has children my age and his children bought him a house and fixed it all up and everything. He does not spend not one dime, not one dime. And it's insane because as I was reading it along, I was like, man, this sounds like my tío.
Yeah. And
It's just
so
cheap.
the Lord considers him an evil man. Man,
Yes.
some of y'all need to say this chapter and highlight that verse right there for some people, man. Well, verse 6, there is none more evil than a man who is stingy with himself.
Yes, my
My
tío was
goodness.
so stingy. Horrible stingy. He wouldn't even pack lunch. He wouldn't even eat lunch to not spend money. My dad is the opposite of stingy. So he would just eventually they got into it and got kicked out. But
Yeah, yeah. Known it so long, you man. Hey, man, I can't be around you, man. I cannot be around you. You in here
no.
trying to find a way to strain the toothpaste in the water. You know, you brush your teeth and hey, now if we put it through this strainer, we can get good drinkable water out of it without the toothpaste.
It
No,
would,
hey, man.
yes,
No.
because my dad would throw parties. And, my dad was a heavy drinker at that time. He
Mm-hmm.
would go around and pick up the cans, the beer cans, squash them up, save them up, and then take them to the can sale to sell the cans.
He one of them.
Yes.
He one of them. But
Yes. He
we
was
all
so
have fun.
cheap. Still is
Not him.
cheap. Horrible. My dad would get so mad because he was like, why, what are you doing? Like, Just, eat, be merry, have fun, drink. Nope. He would go around and he would pick up the cans.
Oh my goodness, man. Look,
Yes.
we all having fun. Hey. That's money right there. That's money. That can.
Yes.
That can equals some money. No. Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
Just how
True.
you talking about this, it make me think bad. It's somebody that we used to be around that used to pick pennies up off the ground. I'm talking about this money right there. This shows the Lord that I'm a good servant. I gotta save this penny. I'm like, it's a penny.
Maybe now that the penny's
Penny.
going away.
Yeah, it's a penny, man. Like you actually be looking for penny. Yeah. God ain't gonna give you nothing if he see you don't do nothing with what's in front of you. I'm like, it's a penny. It won't do nothing from you. It take 100 of them to get $1. And you can't get nothing with $1. Like you out here picking that doesn't show the Lord that you a good servant. That shows the Lord that you a beggar. It's like that's showing I'm a beggar. I'm out here looking for pennies on the ground to say I'm a good shepherd. That's what beggars do. The Lord sat there, you ain't no beggar. I don't have peasants. Like we supposed to be good. Like I said, eating the good of the land, living a certain kind of way, having the best of things. With the best ain't out here looking for pennies. So this year, it should open a lot of people's eyes, man. You doing this, you making the Lord mad at you. Like the Lord said, there ain't nobody more evil than this person right here.
I
Oh
was gonna
man.
say what I was gonna say was listen to this. I think about the fact that if a person is cheap, they're not willing to pay their tithes and offering, nor are they willing to give back to those that God assigned us to have wealth to do, as far as taking care of the people that they're supposed to take care of. And it reminds me of a lot of people that you kind of see in movies that be overly wealthy and rich but can't enjoy their riches because they can't eat this or they can't eat that. You could have ability to buy all that you can eat, but your body itself is so broken down that you can't enjoy anything. So it
Yeah.
kind of makes me think about how much more that you got these riches, but then these riches become your prison.
But
And
look at what you just said. The riches become your prison, right? Look at verse 5. How you talking about they won't enjoy it. So now we see, look, hey, you pointed out something. I just went back and looked at one verse right before that. It tells us that is the punishment. When people be having all this money and some of them like don't be happy and they stingy, look, verse 5. If one is mean to himself, to whom will he be good? He will not enjoy his possessions. Then it tells you 6, there is none more evil than he who is stingy with himself. This is a punishment for his wickedness. So you a super stingy person, you don't ever spend nothing, you ain't gonna enjoy nothing that you have. Even though you got a lot. You got all kind of money in the bank, you really don't have nothing, you trying to be stingy, you're not gonna enjoy anything. That is the punishment for your sin. It's kind of wild. It's just like Jennifer. We all having a party. We being merry and drinking, just chill. He ain't having no fun. Just no, I gotta get. He ain't never gonna have fun, man. Reminds me of the show Cheap Steaks. Yeah,
but then it says in the scriptures, the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous.
yeah. But
So he
that's what
gotta
it's talking
pay
about.
his road.
It's gonna go to somebody. Like once it's gonna go to somebody. That money is gonna go somewhere. Man, that's wild. I'm sorry, y'all. So we see this on here. We got to say this chapter. I read that and just had to break it down. Like, no, we got to talk about this right now.
But
Well,
that's true. I have to say this because I just remembered. My mom had a friend whose husband was super, super stingy too. They had a really nice house, had their own business, but stingy as I don't know what. The man died of a heart attack. The lady remarried to a younger man, and she went crazy with the life insurance that he left her and whatever else he left her because he left her set. But she went crazy. She married a younger guy
A
and
younger dude
started
reaping the
traveling and having
benefits.
fun.
Reaping the benefits of the stingy man.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? He ain't even do nothing to get it. Just happened to marry. Oh, so you done had all of this? Yeah, he didn't spend a dime. Oh, it's okay. I'll spend it. I'll spend it for him. I know just what
Yep.
to do with it.
She did all kinds of stuff. She went and got lipo, got a new breast set, started traveling,
Yeah,
bought her convertible car. I mean, she was set. Like
yeah.
he worked hard all his life. He never spent anything. They lived decently, but never anything extravagant, no vacation, no nothing. And I think in 1 year she went like 4 times out of the country just with the money that he left her. Just having fun.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's finna go to somebody. They finna be good with what you didn't spend. It's terrible. Like, yeah, yeah. A new boyfriend finna live real good, all kind of stuff. Just yeah,
Yes.
happen to be with the right person. Man, oh, this is bad, bro. Oh, we need to blast this out to a whole lot of people. Man, I might need to make this an ad. I ain't read an ad in like months. I might need to make this an ad for the church and run this, like a little promotion. See when you get more people to start following your account or somebody, show up to the church or something. I might need to run that. I ain't ran one of them in probably about 3-4 months. But this would be a good one. You stingy? Hey, you're broke. Hey, well, you stingy and you're living like you broke. When you got money, you ain't never gonna enjoy it, and you evil to the Lord. No, but wait a look. A miser is a person who herds wealth and spends as little money as possible. So it's talking about in the end, he reveals his wickedness. A miser is evil. So that's what it's just talking about. Goodness. So once again, like a Mr. Scrooge or other people, like they're evil. Hold on. What was Scrooge McDuck? I'm thinking about it. Yeah, my brain going all
You're
kinds.
thinking about Mr.
Yeah.
Burns.
Scrooge McDuck
No,
was he
there was
stingy?
multiple Scrooges and different characters.
Yeah,
So Scrooge, the original Scrooge was from the Christmas story where it was, he was he was visited by the different ghosts of past, present, and future. And then
right.
in turn that story got replayed into different like TV stuff or whatever. So then yeah, you had it in the ducks or whatever.
Yeah,
What was it called?
DuckTales.
Yeah, DuckTales, that's where that character came from, their uncle. He became the Mixed Scrooge because
Yeah,
that character was developed off of that Christmas story.
but
And
wasn't the original Scrooge and all them wasn't they like this?
yeah, he was stingy and he wasn't likable. And what changed his heart was when he got visited by those various ghosts, specifically the one of the future, because I think the little boy name was Timmy or something like that. It
Yeah,
was a lady that worked for him, and his heart went out to her family, her son, or whatever. So he was given another chance, basically, and he was
yeah,
able to change his heart.
yeah. See, that's what people be wanting, second chances. Sometimes you don't get a second chance. Sometimes you go the way of Jennifer's mom, friend, husband. Sometimes you get that heart attack and you on up out of
But
here.
I feel like God always gives a warning before destruction. So
Yeah,
they were given the chances, they just didn't heed them.
yeah. And
Didn't
then
they talk about that in the Bible too, where the guy went to Judgment Day and he's like, "Let me go back and warn my brothers." He said, "What for?"
yeah, it was the rich man. It was the rich man that did that. And
Exactly.
he died with some man. And you just dip your finger in some water. Let me get a drop of water. No, no, you can't have it. That's it. Well, let me come back and tell my brothers they got to live right so this don't happen. No, and what Christ told them. No, we gave them Moses and we gave them the prophets. Who he point, look, this is Christ speaking. Who he point back to? The people in the Old Testament. We gave you Moses, we gave you the prophets. Y'all ain't listening to them. Y'all ain't listening to nobody. No, you can't come back up here. Now stay down there and be hot. Because I know first thing you do when you get to your brother's house, you're going to try to drink some water before you go. No, man, stay down there. They pointing to all of this. This is wild, man. We read that we done seen it in life. People making stories about it. All this is in the word. Well, this part of the word that they then took out of the main part of the word. We read it. Look at it. A miser is evil. So this is a screw person is evil. And it tell you he turns away and disregards souls. Them people did. When people needed help, they turned them away. When people needed to talk to them about stuff, they really didn't care. They didn't care what happened to nobody except for them. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion. Wicked injustice dries up the soul. So I mean, the person that wants everything, he ain't never gonna be satisfied with what he got. A miser begrudges bread. Oh, so a person he begrudges bread, and it is lacking at his table. Like he barely eating because he trying to keep hold of his money. My goodness, he ain't even eating good. He begrudges bread that it is lacking at his table. You go over there, man. You ain't got no food in here. I got enough just to make it. Look, this get me. Now this is people. Food is fuel. My wife gonna laugh at that. Food is fuel. That's all it is. It's not meant to endure. It's not meant for this. It's just fuel. Look, you one of them. You ain't got it at your table, huh? No, just got barely enough. That's all I need. My son, according to what you have, treat yourself well. Now that is the key. According to what you have. If you ain't got enough money to be going out doing all kind of stuff, don't be going out doing all kind of stuff. You might can only do one trip a year, and it might not be able to go to overseas or Florida. Hey, we in Texas. You might go to Lake Charles or something. Hit one of them casinos, enjoy yourself. It's cool, and then come back. That's all you got. You might not have money to go out and buy all kind of clothes and shoes and stuff like that. But all right, I done saved up a little bit of money, and in spring, I usually give me a nice outfit, and then one in the fall. I do stuff like that. There's ways you can do stuff. It's according to the money that you have. Don't be out here going broke, trying to sit there. Yeah, see, I'm a person of the Lord. Look, I got this and I got that. I be treating myself to go eat nice and all that. And then you broke, because then once again, you got the Lord looking bad. Because how you broke all the time and you say you serve the Lord. It's depending on what you have, your money. And it says, and bring worthy offerings to the Lord. Yeah, worthy offerings. Remember that death will not wait, and that the covenant of Hades has not been shown to you. See, look, it said hell ain't been shown to you yet. That's pretty much bad. Death ain't gonna wait. But just know hell ain't got shown to you yet. So you got a chance to do some stuff to turn this around. Do good to your friend before you die. According to your ability, reach out and give to him. Do not defraud yourself of a good day. Don't take a good day away from you. Don't mess yourself out of a good day. But it's also telling you help your friends, which you got to have a real friend to help. Hold on. I thought of him a second. You have to enjoy your money. You become bitter when you don't. That's for the people that hell is on earth. Yeah. No. All right. Then it says, yeah, do not defraud yourself of a good day. Do not let the portion of a good desire pass you by. If you got it and it's something you desire and it's good, we got it. Go on ahead. Will you not leave your labors to another and your toils be divided by lot? Will you not, like, you gonna just give all the stuff you work hard for to somebody else who just gonna divide it up? This make me think about when people be arguing when somebody died. That's what it said. When somebody died, now they trying to, well, who get the house and who get the cars? Who get what's in the bank account? Who get the bed? Who get the family heirloom, whatever it is? Who get the necklaces and the gold and the chain? Who get the furniture? Who get the card collection? You know, who get the signed football from Sunday? Who get all that? And then people arguing left and right over that. That's what it's talking about. So you just ain't gonna do nothing, huh? And then it's gonna go to another, and it's gonna be divided up by all other kind of people. That's what you want to happen, right? You should give, take, and treat yourself well, because there is no seeking of luxury in Hades. Look, treat yourself good while you're here, because it ain't no luxury in hell. That's crazy. Ain't no luxury there. Ain't no seeking luxury there. This sounds like Mexican families when the dad dies and they fighting over the land. Yeah, see, it's not just Mexican families, Jennifer. That's black families too. So yeah, that type of stuff.
Fight over Big Mama hat collection.
Yeah, they sitting all over. Who gonna get her pots? I've actually heard people fight. Who gonna get Big Mama pots? Pots, pots, man. Like you can't buy no. Y'all arguing over who's getting pots. It get bad, Jennifer. It get real bad. But like you say, you better give, take, and treat yourself well, because there's no seeking of luxury in hell. All flesh grows old like a garment. For the covenant from the beginning is, you must die. Like the leaves flourishing on a thick tree, some it sheds and some grow. So also are the generations of flesh and blood. One comes to an end and another is born. Every work rots and falls away, and its builder will depart it. So you're gonna start building some stuff here, and some point you're gonna die and leave it. Yeah. Blessed is the man who meditates on wisdom and who reasons by his understanding. He who considers her ways in his heart will also have knowledge of her secrets. Go after her like one who tracks and lie in wait in her ways. So it's talking about go after wisdom, like you know how they like a tracker. You know how they had like the Indian people that they can see the footsteps and they can track people down and hunt them down. That's what it's saying. You got to go after wisdom like that. And then when you find where she is, it's kind of like saying lie in wait, you know, where I mean lay in the bushes and wait on to come out. Like, so you got to kind of be like a stalker to wisdom, and you will have it. Like you said, lie and wait for her. Lie in the bushes. When you see wisdom come out, you jump on her. Use that. You put God is so merciful and graceful. He gave the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances. People choose who they wanted to serve. Oh yeah, you did. That's right. You choose. It say, he who pries in at her windows will also listen in at her doors. So I was right. Look, so you got to treat wisdom like a stalker. You got to track her down, wait in the bushes, be peeping in the windows, listening under the door, whatever you can to get some wisdom. That's what you got to do. He who lodges close to her house will also fasten a nail in her walls. And will pitch his tent near at hand to her, and will lodge in a lodging where good things are. He will set his children under her shelter, and will rest under her branches. By her he will be covered from heat, and will lodge in her glory. So it's talking about once you get to doing all of that, you got to start living by where wisdom is. Like, yeah, I'm living by it. Then after a while, she gonna let you start coming in. Stay in here with me. Wisdom gonna start treating you like a wife. Stay in here. I'm gonna make sure you're good. We're gonna make sure your kids good because you can give them plenty of understanding. You can give them this and that. Yeah. Yeah. You got to go after wisdom, not herd them or hoard them. You hoarding stuff, being cheap. My goodness. That's chapter 14, y'all. Any other thoughts? Because it start getting real. How wisdom will do you. I say, hey, you better do what you can for yourself now. Treat yourself good. Treat your family good now, because you can't do it when you're in hell. Just make sure you got the means to do it. so you don't embarrass the Lord.
I was gonna say it that wisdom part and don't cheat yourself out of a good day hit me because man, this on earth there's a lot of bad days and you get an opportunity to have one good day out of a lot of bad. Don't cheat yourself out of that doing
Yeah.
something reckless. That kind of hit me. And then also when you said tracker, it I made me think about the scripture where it says the steps of a righteous man is ordained by God.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that us as people need to stop trying to create paths that God didn't create for us and walk the path in which He set before us versus trying to skim through the woods thinking that this is a better way or a faster way and don't realize we're walking off a cliff to our own demise.
Yeah. But think about this. If God says, I made wisdom, and everybody that seeks wisdom, and tell you wisdom is a female spirit. So it says everybody that seeks her will find me, right? If you're seeking the Lord and you're looking for wisdom, you're going to find God in the wisdom, right? You're going to find him in her. So if it's sitting there saying you got to follow her ways, like you just said, the steps of a righteous man, it lights up. They're preordered by the Lord. So that means wisdom, is walking in the steps of righteousness. If the Lord says you find him in finding wisdom, godly wisdom, right? So when he's saying you got to trace it like a tracker, when you find in the steps that she took, you find in the steps of righteousness. That's why be finding her. Hey, and then once you find that's it, look in the window, listen through the door, all of that. Because that's how you get more of me, through having more godly wisdom. Follow the way she walked. Like if you tracking her down, you are on her path, which that path is righteousness. So the path of wisdom has been ordered by the Lord. So if you own righteousness, your path is righteousness, pre-ordered by the Lord.
Even when it talks about her taking up shade under her in the tree. In Proverbs, don't it speak about being wise is like setting up a tree next to a stream that it never feels the seasons and things like that.
It's a you'll be under a tree, and what is that? What is that? Under a tree in the green grass, like a plain of green grass next to a running stream, and it's talking about that tree will never die, like it'll never go out. You'll be in there good in season and out of season. You'll be shaded. You have cover. It tells you that. I know what you're talking about. Planted like a tree by the river in the green grass. That's what it's talking about. And look at what it said. You'll be shaded by her branches from the green. So it's like she is the tree. Hmm. Wisdom is that tree. You'll be shaded. You'll be covered. You got living water right here. You got green grass. And then the tree actually gonna feed you with some stuff. Wisdom don't go out in seasons. It ain't like, well, look like springtime coming around, wisdom going away. Everybody finna lose their mind. Or the Lord says this is the season where it ain't no wisdom for the next 7 years. Like wisdom don't go nowhere. Wisdom is always there. You gotta want it. You gotta seek her. Just like the Lord. You gotta want him. You gotta seek him. All of
Or
it go
just
together.
like men seek women, period, every single day. Like if
Yeah.
you keep that same passion to seek a woman out in these streets, you got the same passion to seek something spiritual that's going to actually feed you and develop you into something better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. See, I'm about to tell y'all a story. It's kind of crazy. I heard it this morning. While running my wife to work, I heard it. If a man to do this crazy stuff just for a regular person, you got to do some stuff for the Lord. Listen, it said the man went out, somehow did some stuff, got a whole bunch of fake money, fake currency. First place this man went to was the store. He bought like a $300 bouquet of flowers, real expensive chocolates. The second place he went was to the strip club. And when he got with his favorite dancer, he gave her those flowers and that candy, and then gave her a whole bunch of that fake money, but she didn't know it was fake. So I said, so he went out because he liked this stripper, went out, somehow tamed his fake money, went and bought the stripper all kinds of nice stuff, went up there while she was stripping, gave her all the stuff, gave her money. And then I think he went to try to go eat somewhere after that. And that's when they called the laws like, hey, man, this man paying with fake money. So they arrested him. He had cocaine and meth on him, too. I like, oh, so he got full of that stuff. And in him being full of that stuff, I got to find a way to be with her. Got to find a way to let her know I want her. And he went and did all of that to try to prove to this stripper lady he wanted. This ain't even a righteous woman at all. If you do all of this for somebody that's unrighteous here, and the Lord saying, hey, y'all just gotta search for me, knowledge. He ain't saying we gotta go get no counterfeit money. We gotta pay him all of this. We gotta do all of that. Just start reading. Just pray with me. Spend some time. Talk to me. Let me know you want. You ain't got to do all kind of crazy stuff. And just doing that, I'm going to know who you are. I'm going to start to learn your heart. I'm going to start to try to draw you closer to me. Chase after wisdom like that. Why would we do it for unrighteous people here, but we won't do it for the Lord? Like you said, how men go after women, men do all kind of stuff for women. I don't know why they understand. They do all kind of stuff for them, but won't do none of this for wisdom or the Lord. Let me see.
Hey, if you take a look at that chapter again, it's something that's very prominent in there too. How it says to take and put your kids under the tree as well. And then
Yeah.
remember previously it talked about how God says it's a blessing to you when you give a young person wisdom, and how you more or less preparing their steps as well to already be on the right path to where they don't have to search as hard because it's already been engraved in them the righteousness of God.
Yeah. Yeah. First, I'm gonna get to your comment. Go ahead. I'm looking at Steph put idiot on here with the clapping idiot. Yeah, he was, but he did it for something unrighteous. Listen, like, we do all kind of stuff, man. Men do all kind of stuff for women, and he talking about you gotta seek wisdom like you seek a woman, and you actually get it. That just lets you know people don't want wisdom. They don't. But like you
They
was saying,
can't see her, they can't touch her physically, like with their human sensories. That's the problem.
yeah, but you can actually see the tangible goodness that she can give you. You actually can feel the spiritual well-being that you get from her. You know,
Not in the moment. They want microwave blessings. They want it right now. They don't want the oven to preheat, put the stuff in, let it warm up and cook fully. They want it right now.
oh, so you starting to give food lessons while it sound like you eating something. See what I'm saying? Like you over there. Yeah, see, you ain't let it just warm up in the oven. You ain't letting it cook
They don't
fully.
want it to marinate. They just
Yeah,
want it
yeah.
right
See
now.
what I'm saying? Yeah. So you ain't want to let it sit there in the brine, huh? You ain't want it to marinate.
Exactly.
You ain't want the
They don't
seasoning
want
to
the
come.
full, they don't understand the full flavor because they never had it before.
Oh my goodness. See, look at that. Look at that. Whatever you was chewing on, now it sounds like it tastes better. You know what I'm saying? The full flavor of it. Look, Tasha done put preach at the bottom on here. See, we talking a language right now. That's what I'm saying. We talking people language. They don't want all of that. But
My
I'll go.
husband told me to stop talking and eating, so I apologize.
Like they don't want. I'm just saying they don't want all of that though. It's wild. I want to go out here and steal some counterfeit money and then try to go buy what they want to do some stuff like that. Like what? Where the Lord finna get you spiritually arrested. You finna go to spiritual jail, which is hell. Like that's what you finna go doing this type of stuff. But like Corey, he pointed out, we had said it earlier on the thing. It's talking about if you start doing all of this for wisdom, wisdom gonna let you come in the house. Then also said wisdom gonna shelter your kids. Hold on. Wisdom gonna shelter the kids. Why? She gonna give you wisdom to give them. So if they live in it, they covered too. That means the Lord has them covered too. You want the best well-being for your child? Seek wisdom. She'll take you in. She'll take your kids in. You good to go. But we look everywhere else. See, look, matter of fact, I'm thinking about it right now. This chapter go with the last chapter. What we seeking rich people for, this is what it kept saying. Quit going around them. They're going to prey on you. What we seeking rich people for is what we should be seeking wisdom for. 13 play right into 14. It's telling you that. Don't be around these people. 14 come up here. Don't be so stingy. You evil to yourself. The Lord consider you evil. But be good to yourself and seek wisdom. You'll get everything that you're going around the people in chapter 13 for. Oh, yeah, people. Oh, yeah. These two chapters. Man. So, like I said, this is the HAN section. Chapter 14 is special because it's saying you can be a HAN to yourself. Like, that's wild. I'm looking for other people to be it. The Lord said you can be it to yourself. Crazy. But it is what it is. Any other thoughts or anything, y'all? Because I ain't even know it was this close to 9. Like, you feel like I ain't been reading it at all. All right. Look like the comments is stopping. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on and wrap it up, y'all. It's a wrap for the night. Yeah, everything good. I was trying to think of something that I got. I still got some stuff in the pipeline. I gotta wait on a couple of accounts to be verified, and then I could, try to launch some things that's gonna help us all. But there's one account taking forever. But other than that, we should be good, y'all. Yeah. So we're gonna call it a wrap for the night. We love you. And we love everybody that was on here commenting. We love people that came in and checked us out for a little bit. Um, See y'all for live in-person service this Sabbath. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all have a good one.
Good night.
Bye, y'all.